my intention at first to even write a book for the public. Bobby had come to me when he was leaving my home to go on and pursue a career and go back to school. And he had asked me to please write his story. He, as you saw in the video, he never wanted to forget where he came from, and he never wanted to go back to that hell. And so I said, of course, I would love to do that. It was actually a labor of love for me. So I went back through all my emails first and sent, received. Then I went back through text. And I also went to a journal that I used all the way through the time that Bobby was with me. And I journaled late at night so that I could relieve anxiety. I found that that was the way that would help me to go to sleep at night. And so I pulled all those together for Bobby. But before I gave it to him, because it was going to be a present, I asked one of my book clubs to read it. I said, what do you think? And because they lived this with me. They were part of my community to help Bobby. And they read it and they were like, Renee, you've got to do something with this. And then they asked me, do you mind if I send it to my sister? Do you mind if I send it to my friend in Oregon? Do you mind if I send it to my friend in Canada? And I was like, well, let me talk to Bobby. And Bobby was like, Aunt Nay, which is what he calls me. He says, Aunt Nay, he goes, I think we can really help people. I think we can really take the shame and stigma out of this disease by sharing our story. And that's how it started. So I went back, I took Bobby's story, what I had written to him personally, I just laid myself out there, and I changed it as a memoir, which is where you still see the vulnerability in the book. Mm-hmm. Reader, reading it feels like they are on my journey, because essentially they are reading what I was thinking right at the time and as it was going on. And I think that's the beauty of the book. Those that know nothing, those that have never experienced addiction will know exactly how it feels in almost the real time. They go through the whole process with me. And this is not about addiction. I keep saying this is about recovery, because this is where I feel the book should be talked about. Recovery is when recovery is just beginning when someone leaves the doors of a rehab center, when they are leaving a halfway house. It is just beginning. A lot of times we think that someone coming out of a rehab or treatment center, they're substance free. So the parents say, go get a job, go live a normal life. Mm-hmm. Or if it's a husband, come on, go back, go right out into the world. They are not normal. They have so many things, the obstacles to overcome, to assimilate back into society, beginning with shame and stigma. And that is one of the most difficult things for somebody that is recovering to overcome. It is also a problem with the family shame, and they feel that there's a stigma. So they hide. They say, my husband, he's been off on a business trip. My son, he's been off at school. My daughter, she's at a job in LA. And this does not help a recovery.
Right. The secrets.
Secrets make you sick, my friend. And that is one of the things I've been saying.
Right, exactly. How does Bobby feel about his life being public now?
Well, it was Bobby who came to me and discussed, after I'd said, oh, Bobby, my book club is asking me, please let me share your story. It can help people. And he was the one that said, well, maybe we should take it public. And he said, I'd like to speak on this subject someday. And
Wow.
I was like, well, if I can help you, if this is what your goal is, this is just an extension of what I was doing for him when he was with me. I'm still supporting him. And if I could support him by making this my memoir and putting this out, Bobby's the real hero here in the community.